It is one of the fiercest and at times most controversial rivalries in all of college football. The two showcase programs from the state of Utah. This game has had its share of fights, it's had its share of feuds. At times it has been a figurative and near literal war. But to most, something about it still feels holy. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars and LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Utah Utes, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Utah's offense will get first crack at it here. This series always seems to come right down to the final few plays, and last time they met, it was Utah pulling it out.
Utah made the plays when they needed to win a big rivalry game. Jesse, they executed better than BYU.
That's a good way to put it, David, because Utah is a program that every year they focus on the small details, and when the game was on the line, that's when they executed best.
Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. And the Utes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. They're working that left side. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. The Utes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Spits it out to the back. Got his man. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go. Hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
But they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Give to the running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. Punt is in the air on fourth down. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. So BYU's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants.
Oh, there's an alley to the left. Past the 40. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cougar!
Dude, 99 yards on one carry. He almost broke the 100-yard mark on one stinking carry. Nice job. You could see the speed. Nobody can catch him. What a big run.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on first and 10. Toss to the left. finds a little space. Got the first down and more. Turning it on. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Utes. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle. And with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
It gets no bigger than 1 versus 2, and take a look at how this critical game finished up. Clemson was able to finish off a close one in Death Valley today. They did just enough, both offensively and defensively, to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. 1 versus 2, some were calling it the game of the century. Let's wait to jump to conclusions at least until the new poll comes out this week, men.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The give on the inside. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those played.
Makes a catch, first down and maybe a lot more. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. BYU coming to the line with 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Starting in 1971, the Beehive Boot was established to determine the best team from the state of Utah. The boot itself estimated to be well over 100 years old.
Man, this is one of the most physical college football games I think we see each and every year, David. And this game's been referred to the holy war between BYU and Utah, but this game almost feels like an NFL matchup because of the size and the physicality these two teams play with.
And Jason, that's a great breakdown, and I agree with the NFL talent, all that stuff, but let's get back to the boot. 100-year-old boot. Like, that's what the prize is. How bad do you think that thing smells?
The Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Fires to the tight end. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. No need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. To the ground with the back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. And the Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Oh, and he gets it back. A fortunate turn of events. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, the power run here. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. Looking for the 4th down conversion, BYU comes to the line. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. They'll try the right side. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Oh, they're after him. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Utes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. He'll return it from the 50. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. From the gun, running back gets to give. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you. So many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most.
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. The Cougars lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. Working that left side now. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down. Clock's running. Throwing right. Wide open downfield.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. This clash dates all the way back to the late 1800s and is carried on through days of independence, changes in conference affiliation, but the constant is disdain and contempt for the other side.
You're right, Reese. It's pretty wild because the rivalry dates back to the same year the state of Utah was founded in 1896. That's how long these two teams have been going. This thing is
too, though. They've changed conferences.
And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Utes will send out the punt unit. He'll take it on the return. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Our coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Now the play fake. Here's the Heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Using the quick game. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Secures it at the 30. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Rushes on him. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Slips away. Hit as he throws. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. And the Utes will call on their punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Looking to throw, it's Verrier. Grabbed over the middle, it's Phillips. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Beehive boot is on the line, and already BYU and Utah have given us some stirring moments.
The Utes will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They opened this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Last couple of plays, the offense offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks and make plays.
Quickly to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Just drives it between the uprights. They double their lead up to 6 here in the third quarter. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Utah has it back in the offense coming onto the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. And the Utes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to swing it on second down. He's got him. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Utes send out the punt unit. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Fields the punt and try to pick up some yards. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? Breaks into the open.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd, because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that one.
And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting it to the ground. 2 runs, and this defense has been physical, giving up absolutely nothing. Palmer, what's your passing play I think you go to here?
No, I like him.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cougars. They'll try to add another to their lead.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it and hoping for better fortune this time around. Finds the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
A nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
Tight end now in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. Looking down the middle. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football. You saw it right there.
From the gun to give, looking for room. And he finds some solid space. It's a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to...
Oh, he's got headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, BYU. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. Shades of the Lavelle Edwards era as BYU is flexing its muscle and building a lead.
Jim McMahon is smiling somewhere. BYU and the explosive plays offensively, that's why they're lighting up the scoreboard.
Yeah, and the Cougars always dominate the line of scrimmage. You can always count on that. But listen, in this matchup with Utah, you usually don't see Utah get dominated up front. BYU bringing that physicality.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll try the run. Sweet cut there. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Takes the easy throw in the flat. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Wants to throw on first down. He makes the catch. He'll work his way down to the 28.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen 2 big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
Looking to throw on first down. Swings it out to his running back. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
Down by multiple. multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. The give to the back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
That's such a nice start to this drive, too, because you've got the lead late and you want to run the football. You want to be physically dominant. Defense knows you're going to do it, and still, on the very first play of the drive, you're able to rip off a long run like that. Great vision there, and a nice job up front with the surge by the O-line.
He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48. The offense set for a 1st down play. Running back searching for a hole. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. The Cougars can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to throw. It's very air. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Grabs it inside the 10. Touchdown, BYU! And the beatdown has ensued. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
They'll go to the counter play. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
There he goes. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. And the Utes are flying down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Utes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Under fire. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires one high and deep. Snags it at the 30 and still running. Hits the crease. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Utah!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, No stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
They want that clock to run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. From the gun, give on the inside. Turning it on! Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. BYU lines up quickly. Hand off from the shotgun. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, the defense finally gets a stop there, but a big reason why they've got the lead right now is because of this dude toting the rock. And, David, it just seems like he's been getting better as the game's gone on.
Yeah, and the defense all night, no answers. I mean, he's shown you a little bit of everything, whether it's inside, whether it's outside, whether it's outrunning people or breaking tackles. This guy's been a game wrecker.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Leaves it with the back. Got the first down. Looking for more. Touchdown, Cougar! And the pummeling has started. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Fakes for grab on the left. Timeout called by the defense, and the clock is stopped with 18 seconds left. And the Utes are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Third down play from the gun. A deep throw as the clock winds down. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Coming out with the victory in the Holy War, it is the Cougars of BYU. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.